What up? It's your boy Akie checking in here with another video. So I talked to you guys yesterday about how I got a contract under this property and what I want to do with it. I want to either make 5 to 10,000 on it. And the way I planned on doing this is getting my contract and letting the buyer know that, hey, this is my assignment fee. I worked really hard for this in marketing. I really negotiated with the seller, and I just think I deserve $5 to $10,000. Let me get it. No, that's not the way it works in real estate. The way you negotiate in terms of with your buyer is you always make sure that you go a little bit higher than what it is that you're really wanting. And what I mean by that is, if you want 5 to 10,000, you need to have a margin built for 15 to 20,000, so that if there's any more wiggle room that they may need for just wanting to feel like they negotiated and they really brought down the price on a deal, or they really feel like they do have extra repairs that need to be made, that the wiggle room in that little space and gap is there for that. You need to have respect for that gap. You need to have respect for that that window in terms of negotiation, because rarely is it going to be where you have a deal where you say you want to make $5 to $10,000 and you build it in there. Say you get a property for 50 and then you want to sell it for 60. Rarely is it when you tell a buyer that you want 60 that you will get 60 right there on the head, unless it is that there's some kind of competition there, supply and demand type of dynamics there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually interviewing buyers and getting buyers to go by and look at my property right now. And this is one thing that you may want to do, when you do start wholesaling, when you do start getting people to look at your properties, because, I think people really do underestimate the difficulty of the buyer side. It may sound like, just because I got a deal, people are going to come flying to you, and, that's not always how it goes. So what you need to do is you need to build in that gap, and then create this essence of scarcity. Let them know that, hey, even though that we have rapport here, there is other people looking at this property, and who says that you trying to beat me down on price is going to work out in your favor, because you may get your price, or you may lose that on a deal. So you got to let those buyers have that in mind before they do give you that offer price, because even though you may not have enough buyers to do this with, eventually you will. And right now I have a buyer in mind right now that it's actually coming back around to that situation where at one point in time I was newer, and this is actually a person I did my first deal with where I was newer, and he really hammered me down on the price, hammered me down almost a couple thousand. And whoever has more resources and the abundance in terms of being able to find the capital and the resources needed for the situation is a person that's going to win. For me, that may be other buyers. For him, it may be other deals. He may not need my deal. So you always want to play fair, but at the same time, you're in this business to make money. So what you want to do is you want to build a cushion, or what we call a gap, maybe a 5 to 10K, and that's for those repairs. That is for those, those little miscellaneous costs, and just room for negotiation, because obviously you want to make profit. And then number two, you want to make sure that you have, an abundance mentality, not scarcity. Is that right? And the way you want to do this is because you actually want to be posting and marketing your deals to different websites like Craigslist, Facebook. There's this new website out there called Connected Investors. There's a lot of different places where you can market your property, your RIA groups, and even put out bandit signs out there saying "must sell house fast." The exact opposite of what it is that regular bandit signs do. Um, and then you just sorry, and that, and then you want to do this in a timely fashion. Because at the end of the day, the longer a deal sits, the greater the greater risk you weigh on other people not wanting it, because if the people are staying away from a deal for too long, it's probably a reason, and people are more skeptical to pick it up. Now granted, you may have one that's going to sit longer than 10, 15, 20 days, and somebody pick it up. I even had a deal where I had it under contract for 45 days, an awesome deal, a triplex, 2-in-1, in every single unit that somebody did not pick up for 45, 50 days, and then somebody finally picked it up. So, after the first week, the first rush of people wanting to see it and want to look at it, the excitement died down. People kept on seeing the property as, there might be something wrong with it. They won't even, ask you. They just assumed that because it wasn't taken up by another investor that quickly, that, just by the social proof bias, the social proof kind of psychological aspect of things, people just, are kind of, you know, click a button and this is the reaction that you get. And that reaction towards that whole situation with that triplex was, a lot of people didn't want it for one reason or another, or people couldn't get in, things like that. They drove by and it looked like it was bad, but really on the inside, it was a diamond. The person that got a real good deal. You know, um, you want to make sure that you get that bad boy off as soon as possible. But I'm not going to hold you up here. I know you got a lot of research to do. I know you got a lot of deals to continue to prospect. So I wish you luck, my friend. And there's a lot of people that have been asking me to talk about just how to fill out contracts. I'm going to make that video one of my next videos. So stay tuned for that. If you like the content, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, any other kind of content you guys want, go ahead and hit me in the comment box below, and I'll be sure to answer, number one. And then number two, I'll be damn sure to make the video. So I'll let you guys continue to know what's going on with this deal. Like I said, the goal for this one is 5 to 10,000, and I'll let you know how it is going, and I'll continue to make these updates. All right, peace.